Hey everybody, Julie here from Mostly Caffeinated. Another installment of 5 on Fridays. I'm really loving this format that Stay at Home Mommyisms developed. I'll link her channel down below because it really helps me keep my Friday videos to the point. It directs me, it makes me come up with all kinds of cool ideas, like what can I talk about in 5 points. Today's, as you can read the title, is my January favorites. I know it's not really the end of the month, and most people do these at the end of the month. I felt like doing it today. It's fine. I've never done a favorites on my channel here before, so let me just set that up a little bit. My favorites are always going to be authentic, things I really use, really love, things that are honestly my favorite. And I'd like to keep them always to 5 items because more than that is just, I'm going to ramble. So I'd like to keep 5 categories, I think. Maybe a fashion, a beauty, a mom thing, like a housekeeping, homemaking thing, and then like something random, which, let's be real, is probably going to be a hot beverage. So those are the 5 categories I've got for you today. If I'm glancing over here, it's because I planned out the video, like what order it should go in and stuff. I try to keep it brief, so that's what I'm looking at. Down over here is my plan. So let's start with fashion, first of all. You know that I like to do thrifted fashion. I keep a capsule wardrobe, and this is a perfect example, I feel, of my capsule wardrobe. It is this totally neutral, I'd say it's oatmeal, but it's a little grayer than that. So it's like a very light gray or cool toned oatmeal. And it's a sweatshirt. It's crew neck, and it's got this quilting on the front. It's just got plain sleeves. It doesn't have ribbing or anything. I don't like ribbing. And this is by this brand, 32 Degree Heat. I'll hold this up so you can see it. There. I don't know what retailer actually sells this, but I looked it up online and I found it on Amazon. I, of course, got it at Goodwill, but I found it sold on Amazon. It's actually very inexpensive. And it's made in China, so if you're into ethical fashion, sorry. I didn't buy this from their website. I bought it from Goodwill, so to me that counts as ethical fashion. This is a 2X, which is not my size. I normally wear a size large in shirt. But this makes not too wide of a neck. It doesn't show any bra straps or anything, but it makes it so it's tunic-like. And somehow the way it hangs, it doesn't look real boxy or anything. But I would live in this. I would literally, I am not exaggerating at all, I would wear this every single day if that was socially acceptable, which is, I think, the mark of a good piece in a capsule wardrobe. Isn't that the point? The things we want to wear every single day. On to a beauty thing. I might not always have a beauty thing. It might be like shampoo or lotion or something, because I don't really use a lot of makeup. I keep a very small makeup drawer. But anyway, the thing I want to talk about that I've been wearing a lot is this, let's see, oh, there we go, hard candy, all matte up lip stain. It says it's one of these, you know, it's a crayon. It's a twist up crayon type of thing. Now I've got to say a couple of things. It says it's a hydrating lip stain. First of all, I wouldn't call this a lip stain. Nope. Secondly, definitely not hydrating. But if you recognize that it's not going to do those things, what this is a great, like, long-lasting, pretty transfer-proof lipstick, which is what I was looking for. It is matte. It feels like a matte lipstick. It doesn't feel like it's totally like sucking the life out of your face and like cracking off like a liquid lipstick does. It's a little better than that, but it's certainly not balmy. I wouldn't call it hydrating in any fashion. By, 8 hours or so, you want to put on a chapstick. So I usually end up removing this before it's actually gone because this lasts kind of indefinitely. It doesn't transfer onto my coffee cups. It doesn't transfer onto my children. If it feels like it's getting a little, that kind of like goop you get sort of in the edges, or if it starts to feel like a little crumbly, I can wipe it with my finger and I will see like crumbles on my hand, but it doesn't look any different on my mouth. And it kind of fades away gracefully. This is quite a dark color. What is this called? Venom. It's, I don't know, it's purple, burgundy. I'm bad at makeup colors. This is pretty true to color. You've seen me wearing it in the last few videos. But it fades away, like it slowly gets more red over time than purple. So it's not like it there's like a line of purple and then a line of your lip, and it looks terrible. Like, I'm really enjoying that one. And it's not very expensive. It's hard candy brand. It's like top $7. Probably less if I bought it. And it's been lasting me a long time. I've been using this a lot, and I kind of put on like 2 layers when I put it on, and I haven't even cranked it up yet. I don't know how much is in here when you do crank it up, but like this is going to last me years, I think. So that's great. Okay, on to mom things or kid things. I got to talk about this cup. Okay, I'm sure these are all the rage. This was like the new thing. I don't know, like a year or 2 ago, my nephew had these, and I thought my sister-in-law just bought them because they were the new thing. This is the Munchkin 360 cup. You can tell it's the Munchkin brand because it'll have a heart in the middle of the top here. I think there are knockoffs now. I've seen a couple different varieties of these at Walmart, but I own specifically the Munchkin one. I don't know what the knockoffs are like. I don't have them. I can't recommend them. But this one I can. Oh my goodness. I never understood how these worked. When my nephew was using them, I'm like, I don't get how this is a sippy cup. This looks really solid. How it works is underneath this silicone, there we go, there are holes. Like the whole top of the cup is holes underneath the silicone. And then when you sip, the suction you create sort of, I don't know, moves the silicone away a little bit. It's hard to describe. But drinking out of it kind of causes this to lift just a little, and then your beverage comes out there. So you can drink from anywhere. And then to take it apart, you just pop out the silicone part and unscrew this. There's no valve. There's nothing that can possibly mold. There's nothing that's not visible about this. Even this silicone part, you can kind of turn inside out. Make sure you can really clean up in there. There's a little hole here, but you can fit your finger in there and clean around. So I really like these for ease of washing, ease of use. They do not spill if they tip over, or you can even put this in a diaper bag and it will not spill. If your toddler throws it on the floor from their high chair, it will still splatter. I have yet to meet a sippy cup that will not splatter, but at least it doesn't leak. And I like that it's kind of cup shaped. Having actually tried drinking out of this myself to see how it worked, I think this will actually help my youngest learn to drink from a cup. My oldest is still on sippy tops, not with a valve, the valveless kind, but he really is not very good at drinking out of a plain cup, and I think it's because your mouth has to do 2 completely different things. So I'm excited about this one. What I will say, I bought this one first because it was bigger, and, you know, my son is over 1 year old, so I thought he needed the bigger volume. But this one doesn't have handles, and what it does do is rolls. If he drops it on his side chair, well, you can't see that, but because it's very smooth, it just rolls. It'll roll right on the floor. So when I bought him a second one, after I decided I liked this, I got one with handles. And while it is shorter, it doesn't roll. Okay. What are we on? We did fashion, beauty, kids, and mom, and now we're on to housekeeping, homemaking, whatever. This time it happens to be a cleaning product. I talked about this in my Target haul, but I love this stuff. And since really reading the packaging clearly and buying a lot more of these, so I have a lot on hand, I've been using this for everything. It's a 7th generation cleaner. It says, I don't know, lemongrass citrus scent. I don't smell lemon or citrus. I just smell the thyme oil, which is the active antibacterial ingredient. This one, this particular bottle that I'm holding, says it's a bathroom cleaner. And in my Target haul, I said I don't understand the difference between the bathroom cleaner and the multi-surface disinfectant because the back of the bottle is exactly the same. It has the same ingredients. It says the same directions. It says it kills the same germs and viruses. Well, I figured out the difference now that I've used the multi-surface cleanser. This one is like foamy. When you spray it, it's foamy. When you spray the other one, it's just a spray. I don't see how that makes any difference. I do like this one for, I've talked about this like 3 times now, for squirting between the toilet tank and the toilet bowl in that crevice where you can't reach because it foams, so I feel like it's kind of filling the space. But I use the other one to clean out my garbage cans, which smelled real bad, but I've never wanted to like Lysol them and let it dry. Because this works just like Lysol. You're supposed to leave the surface wet and then wait for it to air dry, and that's how you know the germs are killed. But I've always been afraid to leave Lysol sitting around anywhere in my house So I was kind of like waiting till spring so I could take my trash cans outside. But this stuff is not toxic. So I sprayed my garbage cans down with this, let it air dry. It took, I don't know, probably half an hour to be like super, super dry after I sprayed down my garbage cans. But it's great. I'm using it for everything. It even says you don't need to wash it off for food prep surfaces. Now, I do not spray this like on my cutting boards. That's a little weird to me. But to me, that means I can spray my island back here and just wipe it with my dishcloth and like call it a day. You know, I don't have to worry about if my kids eat a snack off it 2 hours from now, is it going to be poisonous? Because it's not. And it's cheap. It's like $2.50. Can't beat that. And last but not least, my random item, which will probably usually be a hot beverage this month, is going to be the brand of coffee that I've been purchasing. I've been buying this since we moved in August because the brand of coffee I used to get apparently was only sold at the grocery store that was local to my town, like that chain of grocery stores. We don't have one of those here. So I started buying this Wide Awake coffee company. Number one reason I bought it is because it's got adorable animals on it with bug eyes. Quite literally. Also, it's $5 a bag, which is pretty inexpensive where I live for ground coffee. This one is the breakfast blend. I've also tried the French roast, I think, which is a little darker. It's got a snail on the front. I like this one just a little bit better. It's a little bit smoother. Now, I make this in my AeroPress, which if you don't know what an AeroPress is, I can link one down below for you. But it's kind of like a French press. Put the coffee in, put the water in, plunge it. This tastes really good out of that. Now, I don't know how this would do in a drip coffee maker. I find that coffees taste different using an AeroPress than in a drip coffee maker. So maybe you've had this and it's really gross and you used a drip coffee maker. Sorry. But this is what I've been drinking in my AeroPress. This, a little bit of sugar and a little bit of whole milk because my son can't drink up his whole milk before it goes bad. So I use it in my coffee. And we're good to go. Where's my coffee? Is my coffee sitting? I gotta go get that. Those are my January favorites. I kept it at 12 minutes. That's not too bad. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back sometime during the month of February with 5 more favorites on a Friday for 5 on Friday. Check out Stay at Home Mommyism's channel down below. I always forget to say this at the beginning, but if you're enjoying my videos, please click like, subscribe, leave a comment. If you have a question, if there's something you want to see, if you just want to say hello, I will respond to every single comment because right now that many people leave comments. To my 6 subscribers, hello, I hope you're seeing this in your feed. If you're having trouble with this in your feed, make sure you click that little bell down by the subscribe button so that you get notified. I know there have been some problems with YouTube's algorithms lately and people aren't getting their notifications. So welcome. I'm glad you're here. I hope you stick around. Check out blog, Pinterest, Facebook. There's one more. Whatever. Check out my other social media that's in my About page if you need to find a link. I'll see you around. Bye.